All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Positive energy all the time. Rep your city. Everybody on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. We got Dallas in the building. We got San Jose in the building. We got Buffalo in the building. And I'm going to talk about this situation with the Haitians. I have been totally confused over that situation, and I finally realized why I couldn't really. We got NC in the building, representing Los Angeles. I finally realized why I couldn't really get a good grasp on what's been going on with the Haitians. So I'm going to talk about that because I really couldn't figure out what the problem was. I didn't know we had a problem with Haitians. I never knew that. So all I knew is that Haitians had some problems when they was kids. I didn't know that adult Haitians were still tripping. Southern Breeze, how you doing? I didn't know. What up, Bobby? What's been popping with you? I know you're still getting it in. We got Greensboro in the building. Oakland in the building. So I've been confused over the Haitian situation. I'm going to talk about it. I didn't really understand what was going on with them. I'm like, what are the Haitians? What do we have to do with the Haitians TPS running out? And why is this lady calling us dirty black Americans? I didn't understand. I don't know. So I'll break that down. I didn't understand what none of that is about. I'm in the dark with that totally. But at least I know why I'm in the dark. We got Greensboro in the building. So at least I know why I'm in the dark. I figured that part out. But I'm still in the dark, but it at least makes sense. Because I don't know what's going on with that. I really don't know what's going on with the black immigrants too much. I don't know why they're on the defensive so much, but maybe something's going on social media and I don't know about it. Maybe that's it. Maybe black Americans and black immigrants been beefing on social media and I just don't know about it. I don't partake in that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to wonder why so many black immigrants are all out there body tripping. I really don't understand the Haitians. With all due respect, the Haitians are looking weak. They look extremely weak. When I see Haitians going back and forth with foundational black Americans, they look weak. I swear, they look super, super, super weak. What's going on with you Haitians? Why y'all so weak? I don't understand how Trump is throwing you out and you're talking to us. That's weak. I'm just saying. Like you're not saying nothing to the Republican Party that's throwing you out. That's not weird to y'all. Like they get Trump in office, he wants to throw him out, and they're beefing with us. They saying nothing to no Republican Party, to Trump or nobody. It's almost like they're scared of him. Maybe they're trying to impress white Republicans by dealing with us. Yeah, jealousy, but I don't see where you got time to be jealous with somebody throwing you out the country. That's not the best time to be jealous. It's a little weird. I'd be wondering where they live at. Oh, that would go so bad in Chicago. That's one reason I'm in the dark. 'Cause I'm like, man, listen, that would go real bad where I live in Chicago. That would go real bad. Okay, that would go south. That would not be good for Haitians in Chicago. I'm just keep it real. That's one reason I'm confused. I'm like, where y'all live at? That would go so bad here. Oh my God. Not me. I wouldn't be in it. I'm 68 years old. I don't be beefing. Oh man, but Haitians here acting up, trolling black Chicagoans. Oh my God. Uh, oh, oh boy. I'm like, where y'all live at? The blacks must be not, that thick. They must not be that thick, right? They ain't thick like here. We thick. We thick here. We don't really get no. Yeah, they not here playing. I ain't never, I never had no experience with Haitians. I don't think they got a big community here. I think they might live in the suburbs or something and just go to work and mind their business, kind of. Chicago's a very conservative place, so we don't really set trip when it comes to different cultures. People often bring up the gangs, but the gangs are not in the main part of the city like that. They're tucked away in neighborhoods. I understand if you don't live in Chicago, you're like, oh, y'all gangs, you don't know how big this city is. Like you can be here and like never really see gangs. The city is so big. Like one gang could be like way, 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 way over there. This is because they haven't been here. They haven't been here. When people say, yo, Chicago and y'all gangs are like, you haven't been here. Chicago has 77 communities. And if you believe 77 communities got gangs, something is wrong with you. Because a small percentage of those communities got gangs. I mean, but if you say so. So people that talk bad, they just watch the news. You watch the news and you see a gang shooting in the city and you be like, they got gangs. No, that was a gang shooting. That's like turning on the TV in South Carolina and a man unalives his wife. And you'd be like, they be unaliving their wives. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what people be doing. You turn on the TV, you see a guy in Tennessee unalives his wife. You a lame. So you get to argue with somebody from Tennessee. That's why y'all be unaliving y'all wives. It's like, bruh, really? Are you kidding me? Good to see you, April. So I'm gonna talk about that. So I was confused. I was like, what the hell's going on? And a little irritated because I don't see no Haitians. They just be coming up on my internet. I got Haitians popping. I don't even know no Haitians. They popping up on my internet because we don't have no Haitian town in Chicago. We don't have no Haiti town in Chicago. We don't have that too much. We have in Chicago, we'll have areas and a whole bunch of certain people will be in that area, but it won't just be them, right? So you'll go if you go to an area and you see people from India, there's going to be some Asians in that neighborhood, some Muslims in that neighborhood. From like it could be some Afghanistanians, some Pakistanians, some Indians, some Asians. They have a tendency to live in those areas. You know, people will say anything on the internet. You got somebody on the internet says something, and you argue with him later. You find out he only finished the seventh grade. He's 32 and he only finished the seventh grade. The internet is not realistic. If you say we founded Chicago, I feel sorry for you because you're slow. Yeah, okay, great, great. And when exactly did you leave and end up in bums land? The whole question is like, okay, you founded it, but how'd you end up down there in Haiti and ran in back up? Yeah, explain that part. So you found Chicago, you ran to Haiti, then you got chased back out of Haiti. I mean, tell the whole story. I'm trying to figure out how you found Chicago, end up in Haiti, and end up back in Miami. Why you didn't come back to Chicago? I'm confused. But Dusable wasn't a Haitian, he was a Frenchman. His mother was an African. He wasn't no Haitian. His mother wasn't a Haitian, his mother was an African slave. See, I'm a little confused. I'm going to talk about it. I'm a little confused because there's not hardly no Haitians here in Chicago. So when I got Haitians trolling me, I'm confused. I don't know if they in Haiti, in Miami, in New York. I don't know where they at, but they ain't in Chicago. I keep thinking with all the trouble y'all got, real physical trouble, maybe to all the Haitians out there, I got a solution that probably can help your situation. Maybe you should probably get off the internet and roll up your sleeves and go do some work. I don't see how y'all gonna fix Haiti on the internet, but okay, good luck. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're weird though. Something's wrong with you when you got all those problems in your country and you're on the internet arguing with somebody that ain't got nothing to do with all them problems in your country. Or arguing with somebody that's not named Donald Trump that's not throwing you out. It's like, okay, I'm not throwing you out, but since you tripping, get your ass on out then. The Asians, I don't know what's up with them, but they got horrible diplomacy. I think when it comes to a group of people, like immigrant type people, I would say the Haitians is like some of the worst when it comes to diplomacy. I mean, talking about making more people hate you, it's unbelievable. They've made they didn't have hardly no enemies, right? Am I lying? Nobody was the enemy of the Haitians. Nobody thought about the Haitians because they're about this big, okay? So nobody's been concentrating on the little bitty, itty bitty, teeny bitty few, that's the Haitians, right? Nobody's been paying attention to you, but need to be. This how many Haitians we got. So nobody's really been paying attention to you. Foundational Black Americans are 50 million strong. Which I got like a yeah. Even in Haiti, which I got like a little bitty. I looked up Haiti, I looked up Jamaica, I looked up there. They got little bitty people, just a few little people. They be doing a lot of talking for it to just be a little bitty amount of them. You know what I'm saying? None of these black immigrant places can beat one black city in America. One Chicago could whoop Jamaica, Haiti, and a couple cities by ourselves. We'll chase y'all butt naked into the ocean. But that's another story for another day. I'm not promoting no violence. I'm just saying I don't understand a like little bitty few of the people tripping. I don't get it. They talking like it's a whole lot of them. It's weird. So foundational Black Americans, we never called for Haitians to be deported, but they talking to us like we the ones called for them to be deported. Now they claim we scared of the white man. Okay, because it ain't a black man that's throwing y'all out. And we don't hear y'all saying nothing to him and his people. I'm just keeping it real. Like if you want to call somebody some punks, I'm just saying. I'm just saying we know who want y'all out of Ohio. We know who said y'all was taking their cats and their swines. And that wasn't black people that requested y'all get out. It wasn't us. The only ice we got is in the fridge. So I don't know. But the Haitian men, you're looking, this Haitian men, like you're looking kind of Haitian men. You look, you know, the Haitian men is looking like. I'm saying, what the hell is y'all doing? I get it though. I know what they saying. I know. I know. I get it though. I get it. I get it. Haitians is like y'all scared to stand up for us. Basically, like you go Haitian men, you Black American men, you scared to stand up for us Haitians. I mean, what else can I take it, punk? Stand up for your own self. What the hell? You ain't standing up. Gotta be saved from Chicago. People say a lot of things. If I played the NBA, I could score more points than Michael Jordan. Let me tell it. I don't be listening to nobody be saying, Godfrey say anything. Look at him. What we want to know, Godfrey, is who you've been spending your extra time with. Because, I've been hearing things. you know, I'm being nice. I'm not being bad, Pharaoh Godfrey. I'm cutting you a break. I'm gonna let the story break. Pharaoh ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let the story break, Godfrey. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay. So I ain't really been bothering with Godfrey. He got problems coming down the pipeline. Okay. He got, you know, he got problems coming down the pipeline. So I ain't been saying nothing to do. I just been waiting. He gonna be quiet. He gonna be quiet real soon. They gonna be quiet real soon, real soon. A little birdie told me, so I ain't been paying him no attention. But I am confused until I figured out, like, oh, Pharaoh, you in Chicago. It ain't no Haitians. It ain't no Haitians, so I don't know they plight. I don't know nothing. I don't know how they live. I don't know how they be moving. Because from what I understand, the way they live when they go other places, they wouldn't be able to do that here. Chicago, when you're an immigrant and you come here, you got to get in line. You can't immigrantnize Chicago. You got to keep Chicago, Chicago. So you ain't gonna be able to turn Chicago into no third world country. It ain't going like that. Ask the Venezuela. The VDs got chased up out of here. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, we don't know what you're gonna turn to Venezuela, but it ain't gonna be the Iraq. Everybody thought the Venezuelans was gonna turn Chicago into Venezuela. Man, come on, man. They gonna get that Venezuelan up here. Play with the real ones. We're not doing all that. So I figured it out kind of, but I'm tripping because we never called for Haitians to be deported. Y'all don't think that's strange? Like, I don't remember black people really being involved with who get deported or not. Like most people I know did never heard of TPS. I had never heard of TPS. I didn't know nothing about the Haitian situation at all. I never was focusing on no Haitians. So the Haitians are showing that they don't know how to maneuver. Because the last thing they should be doing is beefing with anybody right now. But instead of them being smart and trying to build allies, they making more people want them to get out. Get the hell out of here. They making people gonna call ICE on them. I never seen nothing that slow. You know what I'm saying? I never seen that. Are you mad? Yeah, you mad. I I'll be go to that. I that's absolutely so. I never heard of it. I never heard no TPS. Yeah, it's really showing what they thought about us is coming out, but that's totally the wrong time. Making us want you to get out too. What is how is it? None of it makes no sense. A Southern breeze. I don't know what they're doing. It's the horrible strategy, whatever it is. It's horrible, horrible strategy. Horrible strategy. You know, I ain't know nothing about. Mate, I had no idea. Cutie pie. It's your beautiful self. I didn't know nothing about it, mate. I mean, nothing, 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 nothing. Like I said, I'm in Chicago. There's no Haitians here. I never did know nothing about it. Really. They're not causing no problem in Chicago. Chicago kind of city, if they was causing a problem here, we would get at their glamour. We wouldn't call nobody. We'd just go to their little neighborhoods and get it straightened out. So I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about it. Like I said, we don't have no Haitians, so Haitians never came across my timeline. I never thought about nobody. The only group I've thought about in a couple of years is Venezuelans. That's it. And another thing people say, well, you don't deal with white people. Listen, we are not around. I'm in Chicago. We're not around, right? That. We're not around that. He said Islam is the only way for us all to come together. Well, why are you Muslims together? Yeah, that's failing tremendously. But if you say so, whatever floats your boat. Call me when all the Muslims get together and show me some progress, and then we'll talk. Thank you, no thank you. They just be saying anything. Say Islam is the only way for us all to come together, and Islam be beefing. You cannot make this up. Islam be having wars against Islam. What is he talking about? What the hell? What the hell? What the what? He said the only way we gonna all come together is Islam. Well, listen, we will never all come together. Because I'm not, you know, like my boy say, I still like my bacon. He said, my boy, we was going somewhere, dude said, Assalamu alaikum. He said, I still like my bacon. My crazy cousin, Keith. Keith be wearing them suits and them bow ties, and they think he a Muslim, but he not. He just like to dress like that. And they be saying, Assalamu alaikum, brother. And he'd be like, I still like my bacon. I said, but he gonna beat you. Dude say Islam is the only way we gonna all come together as if we get a rug, get on our knees and pray 5 times a day. But listen, don't you hold your breath. Yeah, that's my cousin Keith say. Every time they think he a Muslim because he had a suit on, and sometimes he have his bow tie on or his little tie, and he look like a Muslim. And they be like, Assalamu alaikum, brother. He be like, I still like my bacon. He said it real fast. Yeah. That's my cousin Keith. Oh, myself. He say, the only way we going to come together is Muslim. That's what he said. Religion. That's why you don't want religious people running nothing. Because they believe everybody got to be their religion. Their religion is the right religion. Everybody else is wrong. And if you don't do their religion, you wrong. That's why religious countries be messed up. Got all that terrorism and all that stuff. They be cuckoo for cocoa. They be going too far, trying to make people, you know, be in their religion instead of just let people just make their own choices. But I'm all confused. I was confused. But Haitians, listen, if you are any type of group, Haitians is a good lesson. Like Haitians have made things 75% worse for themselves. I've never seen nothing so ridiculous in my life. They have driven away. Now, they haven't driven away support, they have created more enemies. Am I lying? Haitians been going trolling people that ain't been paying no attention, got nothing to do with TPS, and turning them into enemies. Haitians have been taking something that happened to them in the third grade and making adults enemies, right? You want to call me a dirty American because somebody called you something in the third grade. I don't even know nobody called you that. I live in Chicago. I didn't even know they called you Dusty. And now you're going to come to me, I don't know, and you're going to tell me they called me Dusty. You was a dirty black American. I was like, I didn't know they called you Dusty. So why I got to be all that? I don't got nothing to be with whoever called you Dusty in the third grade. I mean, it really hurt, broke them people's heart, like full grown Haitian men. You get to talking to them, they go, "You don't know how I was treated in grade school." It's like, all right, calm down, Mufasa. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You know what I'm saying? God damn. What? That happened in Miami, bruh. I live in Chicago. The only people that would be able, seriously, the only, look, check this out. Haitians, if you're watching, think for a minute. The only people back in the day that would have been able to call you certain names would be people that lived on the coast that knew about immigrants. People that lived in the Midwest and stuff wouldn't have known nothing about you. And New York and Florida is on the water, it's on the ocean. So they know about immigrants. But nobody would have do none of that, call you none of that in Ohio or nothing like that because we wouldn't have known nothing about Haiti. So we wouldn't have been able to have no reference point to call Haitians, nothing. We would have been like, where Haiti at? You would have had to tell us where it's at. Haiti was not nothing they taught in school. When we went to school, they didn't teach about Jamaica, Haiti, stuff like that. They barely taught any geography. The only geography you're going to learn is Russia, China, England, stuff like that. You're not going to learn no islands. They don't teach islands in geography. Not like that, unless they happen to mention some Christopher Columbus or somebody stopped at some island. And, we kids, we ain't trying to memorize that stuff. If it ain't going to be on the test, if it's not going to be on the test, and if it's on the test, we just remember it enough to get past the test, and we forget about that. I don't know nothing about it. I wouldn't have never called no Haitians nothing. I wouldn't have know what to call them. Am I lying? I wouldn't know what to call them. They would have said, "You're from Haiti." I'd have been like, "Where that's at? You from Haiti?" I wouldn't have known what to call you. I wouldn't have called you nothing. The little girls in Chicago, if your hair wasn't done, they say, "Yo, mama, why your mama do your hair like that?" That's all they would have said. They wouldn't have meant no harm. In Chicago, on my soul, I swear on everything. If you was a little girl right from Haiti, and you came from Haiti and you had the Haiti, right? So I swear to God, and you had like your mom and them didn't fix your hair like how we fix it here. And let's say you was like 7. Oh, everything I love in Chicago in a black neighborhood. One of the girls like 13, 14, 15, they would have had you sit on their porch and they would have did your hair. Am I lying? Am I lying? One in Chicago, if you moved on our block and you was a little girl, first off, in Chicago, when we grew up, once you play with us, you our friend. Period. Right? You our friend, right? One of the older girls, when she would see your hair wasn't up to par with everybody else, the girls on the block would have did your hair. That's a fact. The older girls on the block would have said, "Come here, let me do your hair, girl," and they would have did it. They would have did it like fun. They wouldn't even did it like you tore up or nothing like that. They would have been like it's a project. They can't wait to do your hair. But they're not doing it like, oh, you look messed up. Let me do it. No, they'd be like, let me do it. Ooh, they can't wait to do it because they want to see the finished product. Because when we be in the house, we look just like you outside. When we be in the house, we look like that. We don't always. The girls don't always look like you. They look when they come outside. Oh, the parents would have gave them clothes and everything. My mom would have. If my mom found out you moved on the block of how you was from Haiti or something like that and seen your standard was down, man, my mom would have been all in my sister's closet. If you got a boy and a girl, my mom would have been all in our closet. I'm finna go over there and give this to Mrs. Whatever your name is. She gonna go over there and give it to you. But we wouldn't have teased you and shit. I mean, we would have teased you, but we wouldn't have teased you because you know Haitian. We would have teased you because we teasing everybody out here, you included. Okay, so you can cry all you want. Well, that's what we do. We talk about each other. So you gonna roll with us? It's going down for the boys because the girls like May and Southern Breeze, they gonna steal on you. You can't. They don't do that. They're gonna beat you up. So the boys can talk about you. You can't talk about the girls. They fight. They rough. I don't know if y'all grew up around those 7th, 8th grade, ninth. I don't know if y'all grew up around no 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade girls. I don't know if y'all heard the word "stop, boy." That you just got hit. Yeah, when you hear that, somebody just got hit hard by one of the girls. Yeah, you get hit. Go along with "stop, boy." And then we was raised, we didn't hit girls. I don't know these young dudes. I don't know. They weird, but when I was growing up, you didn't hit no girls. You had to go tell. You couldn't hit no girls because they're like, don't hit them. You might break them. That's what my mama told me. Like, no, you can't hit your sister. You might break her. You might hurt her. I was like, oh, I hurt her? She was like, yes. If you hit her in the wrong place, you gonna hurt her. I was like, oh. That scared the hell out of me. I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna hit her. I'm gonna tell. I'll break her out. Yeah, you might mess her stomach up. I was like, oh, okay, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? I knew she wasn't lying because I went and looked when my sister's clothes was laid out. She had a whole bunch of clothes. So I know, oh, we ain't nothing the same. What is all this? All my clothes laid out is real simple. Underwear, t-shirt, socks, pants, and shirt. My sister got a whole bed full of stuff. What is all this stuff? Oh, yeah, she different. I don't want to be no girl. I ain't wearing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing all that. Girls and ladies is special, okay? You better know. And so, we wouldn't have been teasing them, but then they was in Florida. So they was down there with others. See, Haitians don't be telling the truth either. Because it wasn't just, it was Jamaicans and everybody calling them names too. They lying. See, Florida's an immigrant city. They try to make it like when they came here, the only people they had problems with was black Americans. They a damn lie. Still today, Jamaicans and Haitians don't get along. Why the Jamaicans don't let the Haitians come to Jamaica? Because they don't like them. Jamaicans don't like no Haitians, and vice versa. And Trinidad, so none of them like each other. Okay? So Haitians do be lying, like the only ones that was giving them problems was the black America. That's a lie. Florida's an immigrant state. Y'all know that them Hispanics down there didn't like them Haitians. But you see, the Haitians be picking their enemies. You know what I'm saying? They know they was. You cannot tell me the Haitians wasn't beefing with all them Cubans and all them down there. You can't tell me that. Oh, so they got along. They got along with the Cubans and the Puerto Ricans and all them in Florida. No, but they try to make it like the Black Americans was the only ones. Nobody like nobody. Haitians didn't like nobody either. Still don't like nobody. Haitians be a damn lie. Like they so nice and kind. Haitians don't like nobody either. Haitians don't like nobody. Like they so friendly. You know what I'm saying? If they that friendly, why they not friendly with each other in Haiti? Yeah, Dominicans and Haitians hate each other, and they the same people. But I've realized, I ain't around none. I bet she did. They be tripping. Oh no, we don't got none in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? They would have been nice though on GDB Vice Lord, as the brother be saying. Yeah, yeah, they would have behaved. But I can't understand why they mad at us when Trump and the Republicans are the ones throwing them out, and they love Trump. It's real confusing. Like they trying to use foundational black Americans as a scapegoat. And a lot of black immigrants. A lot, now that we foundational black Americans, a lot of black immigrants are making life bad for them. If you're a black immigrant, listen to me, and you live in the United States, tell all your people, don't get involved with the beef between the different blacks. Tell all your people. Y'all don't say Pharaoh didn't look out for you. If you was a black immigrant, tell your people don't beef with the black Americans. You're gonna lose. Just let that go and just do what you're doing. Your numbers is too small. We 50 million deep. You got what, a million, 1.2 million? That's not smart. So don't say I didn't give you no advice. They had a secret beef, but it's worse. It's like they can beef because they can do it on the internet. Is more what it's like. They to meow to do it outside, so they getting on the internet. But what I'm saying is, when you get on the internet, You still got to come outside. And the innocent one outside might take the backlash from what you're doing. So now, somebody outside, they say, "Where you from, man?" You're like, "Haitian." "Oh, Haitian, huh?" Boop, 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 bop, boop, bop. See what I said? Because you all on the internet making people not like Haitians in a situation where you can't even win. It don't even make no sense to me. I don't know what's wrong with that. They make this situation worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. They use us to get ahead. I didn't see all that. Because they ain't ahead of us. We worth 2.1 trillion. So who ahead? That's another thing. I be hearing that stuff, Mustafa. That stuff, people be on the internet just saying nonsense. Because if you come to Chicago, ain't no immigrants ahead and no blacks in Chicago. So that's why I be looking at that stuff. It be inaccurate information. I said, "Where you live in bumfuck Egypt or something?" Let me ask y'all something. Y'all think anybody except white people is getting more money than blacks in Chicago? I'm just asking. That include Hispanics. Y'all think they get more money than us? So put a yes or no in the chat. I'm in Chicago. You think black immigrants is get? You think other immigrants is getting more money than black Americans? I'm just asking. Put it in the chat. Because I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So that's why a lot of these conversations, I just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. We doctors, lawyers, government employees, police, state troopers, FBI's. My mother worked for the United States government. She was like a GS 20 something. We got mad houses. The whole, once you leave downtown, it's all black. You go over to South Shore, brothers out there golfing. Go on South Shore, they out there golfing. You know how many black millionaires we got in Chicago? You don't want to know. So I'm looking at people like they're crazy. They be just generalized. I'm like, where you live at? Black folks in Texas get money. I don't know where y'all live at. Black people in Texas get money. I don't know where y'all live at. Black people in Cali get money. Detroit, Michigan, they get money. Don't let nobody fool you because the city, they live in the suburbs. They don't live in Detroit. Ohio, New York. I don't know where people get their information from. And I don't think they know how many of us it is. I really don't. I say, I don't really know nothing about us like that. They live in it. Like, sometimes I guess immigrants come, they go live in a little bitty ass place where ain't no black people at because ain't no money there. So they believe that's our real numbers. I believe they believe that's our real numbers. We got more gang members in Chicago than Haitians The TPS Haitians. That TPS Haitians can't beat the GDs. They don't let the GDs in the show. They can't even beat the gangs. Oh my soul! And the gangs is a small group. The gangs is a small group of black people. That's another thing. They be trying to act like the gangs is a whole lot of blacks. No, they not. The gangs cannot mess with the black civilians. They'll get chased down the street butt ass naked. Y'all think the gangs could get with the black civilians? I'm just asking you, like these older black dudes that been in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, and police officers, y'all think the gangs could get with because because what y'all don't understand is them dudes is the gangs uncles and shit. So the gangs ain't gonna never get too crazy. This is what people don't understand about the gangs. They act like the gangs is like just this broke off separate. No. The gangs got mamas and aunties. The gang's not finna trip over there where mommy and auntie and them is at and granny at. Come on. They act like the gangs is just out there. No, they not out there like that. They got mamas and uncles and great uncles and granddaddies and stuff. They go to family functions just like everybody else. They don't really run nothing like that. Not like they be trying to hype it. They be young and getting into it with each other mostly. Young people don't know how to act with each other. You know what I'm saying? Basically. It gets hyped up. It gets hyped up. A lot of decent brothers stuff. They cousin in the gang. They can call their cousin. Hey, they over here tripping, cuz. Come over here, tell them go sit down. He gonna come on the block. What y'all on? Man, that's my cousin Marvin. What y'all doing, man? I know y'all ain't. Oh, man, we ain't know that was your cousin. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? They be putting out these false, I don't know. Who thought they never, you know what? They never, immigrants never try to replace us. No. No, that's make believe too, y'all. Don't y'all believe that they replace. No. No. In America, the dynamic with black people is not immigrants replacing us. The dynamic in America is making sure we don't catch up with white people. I'm gonna repeat that. Immigrants is not in the picture. Not at all. The battle in America is white America making sure we don't catch up with them. Neither us or white America is worried about no immigrants. They not in the picture. Eventually, if things work out, Mexicans might get in the picture. But the Mexicans' numbers compared to Mexicans' money, it don't add up. They not getting the money we getting. Mexicans ain't getting that kind of bread. They getting a lot of illegal money from the ganja and stuff like that, but they ain't getting no black American bread. Not like that. They trying to get there, which, hey, we don't care. We don't care who make no money as long as we making money. Yeah, when you making money, that's another thing, watching somebody else's pocket. We don't care how much money Mexicans make. We don't give a fuck. As long as we making what we make, we don't care. That's some more internet weirdo nonsense. People going on, enjoying their life in their homes, or their nice condos, luxury apartments or regular apartments. People just doing them. They're not really thinking about no competition. That's fake. That's all fake. It's fake. Nobody, when people get on the internet and say stuff that they know they ain't think about in real life. You know what I mean? I see it all the time. I'll be like, they saying stuff they know once they get off this internet, they not thinking about that. Like internet, uh, fake internet concerns. Like they make up a concern for the internet. That's why I be trying to keep it real. Do I be thinking about Mexicans? No. Mexicans, Mexicans. They're not causing no. What did they cause it? I don't know. If you got a bunch of houses with black people in, how you gonna get Mexicans? What we trying to do is help people keep their houses, but Mexicans ain't the reason you losing your house. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You just talking. I don't be listening. I don't be listening to just anybody on the internet. I don't be listening. So that's the internet. You ever been to Chicago? You live in Chicago? You don't even live in Chicago. Look, you say PRs. It ain't no Puerto Ricans in Chicago. Like he said, Puerto Ricans in Chicago doing better than us. Right? All right. Let me. This man, hey, white flame. This man said the Puerto Ricans. Hell no. He said the Puerto Ricans is doing better than the foundation of Black Americans in Chicago. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. I think he's some kind of foreigner. I don't think he no black and American. Cause he's always trying to say disparaging shit. And you can tell he not from here. You know what I'm saying? He like a silent enemy, I think. I think he a op. Seriously. Got to be. I think he's a op. Some of that stuff people be saying be what they wish. That sounds like something he wish. That what it sound like. Sound like he trying, you know what I'm saying? Boy, shut your stupid ass up. Look, y'all. Look. I'm finna get him out of here, though. Yeah, he gotta go. Look, watch this. Let me get him out of here. You gotta go, bro. Look, y'all. He said the Puerto Ricans got more money than us. Look, in Chicago, approximately 93,000 residents identify as Puerto Ricans and 744,000 black Americans. He believed that 93,000 got more money than 744,000. Black population in Chicago is nearly 8 times larger than the Puerto Rican population. See what I'm saying? See? It's 8 times more black Americans here than Puerto Rico. And this boy say they getting more money than us. I've been watching him. He a spy and a liar. He's a liar. Because if he would have looked that up, he a liar. He just say anything. Yeah, he's a liar. If he believes he's a liar, and he probably don't even live in the United States. I gotta get him out of here. He just always he like an agent. He just be watching us. He'll pretend. You got people watching us pretend they brothers, but they really hate us. That man hate us. You gotta hate us to just blurt that out like that. He said the Puerto Ricans in Chicago, 70 some thousand, get more money than 900 some thousand. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I live in Chicago, so I'm looking at him like you're crazy. It ain't even enough Puerto Ricans to make no money. There's not enough Puerto Ricans to drive these buses and trains and all that. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man, get your life. Stop watching people, man. Get your life together. Yeah, get your life together, Edwin. You're too old to be controlled around on the internet, saying stuff you ain't gonna say in real life. Just go around saying anything. Most of these men on the internet that be trolling me, they ain't even gonna come outside. They ain't built like that. They internet, they soft. You can tell. So when a man be outside, he don't be doing weirdo stuff like that. And them is the scary men do that. You know what I'm saying? Scary men that be in the house like weirdos. Don't know real man just be trolling around. What man got a time to go watch somebody on and troll? Like a real strong man with who gonna do that? What masculine man gonna watch somebody troll somebody? Unbelievable. If I caught my sons doing that, we'll have a long talk. I got three sons. They don't be on the internet at all. They don't even like the internet at all. I'm telling you, they would never be over here like some of these men over here. They in Humboldt Park. Yeah, they in Humboldt Park. It's a few of them, but they got to be careful over in Little Village. The Mexicans. But we got some Puerto Ricans, but I don't know. When I was in the county jail, it was two of them, Louis and his boy. It was two of them. They ain't had no money. They wasn't getting no money like the brothers that was in there. That's for sure. They wasn't getting no money like that. Not like that. But people just be. You could tell these people don't like black Americans. You could tell that dude, he just been watching us. He don't really like us. Because whatever he is sucks. See, if he was proud of whatever he wouldn't be like that. But whatever he is whack. So he mad. You know what I'm saying? The Mustafa dude. Whatever he is whack. No, they ain't never got along. You know what I'm saying? The Puerto Ricans was always a little more black, and then the Mexicans was a little more white, but over time they both was white acting. You know? But they ain't nobody. If you somebody, you're gonna be somebody over on 26 in California. Now on 26 in California, you don't be nobody. And that's how we judge who run this city on the streets. and them boys don't run nothing. It don't be nothing but 7 of them on the deck, and they got to line up with the fin ball. Well, so they got to line up with us. They ain't even got their own line. They got to line up with the Blackstones and the White Swords. And, you know what I'm saying? That's who they got to line up with. You know, Big Pharaoh know what's going on. They got to line up with us. It ain't enough for them to have no line. They got to line up with the fin ball. So how they something? I was giving them squares for them to double up. I'm giving them 20 pack of squares and they going to the store giving me 40 packs of roll ups. You know what I'm saying? They was butt naked and starving. They ain't never get no money like us because the hierarchy, hierarchy, they get that stuff to the blacks. They don't get that to no Hispanics like that. They skip over them. They ain't got enough numbers to get no money. The cartels, they deal directly with us. They don't really deal with them Hispanic gangs like that because they can't get, they ain't getting no money. They ain't getting no money like that. They don't run nothing. Not that I seen. Whatever he be talking. I know dude's a spy though. He projecting. You know what I'm saying? What somebody better than us, but what he need to know is your mama and daddy ain't nothing. That's all he need to know. You and whatever group you in, y'all ain't nobody. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people that had to flee their country, they feel self-conscious because they had to run. That's what's going on with a lot of black immigrants. They have like a self-consciousness because they had to run. They think we looking at them like runners, but we not. That's what they think though. Like they be self-conscious because they fled their country. That's why they be projecting. They hope something like that happen to us. I'm telling you. Because they got to be like, I'm from Jamaica, but you ain't in Jamaica. And they don't really like not being there. Because they figure people like, hey, yo, punk ass ain't in Jamaica now. Why you left? Why you left though? Because you can't say nothing great if you left. See what I'm saying? So it really, we have to get all that hate because of they self-conscious because they had to leave a place they want to tell you is great. That's why the Haitians is saying, no, we built America. They don't want to claim Haiti no more. the Haitians don't want to be Haitians no more. They like, we Americans, we the first Americans. I thought you was a Haitian. No, Haiti sucks. I don't want to be a Haitian no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a Haitian no more. You know what I mean? That's what they doing. Don't be mad at me. We don't even be looking at y'all like y'all ran because we don't be looking at y'all at all. The major difference between foundational black Americans and black immigrants is black immigrants ain't got nothing to do but watch us. We busy, so we don't have to watch them. See, it's our world. So when we get up every day, we just doing what we do. And we the dominant minority like that in our world. So we don't have no self-consciousness because we busy going to parties, going to baby showers. We busy going to see that. We busy in our foundational black world. They're in an immigrant world, which is real small. So it bothers, See, if they get to Jamaica where it's a whole 1.5 million, they could feel better. But imagine coming to America with millions and millions and millions of foundational black Americans. You feel, now you got to be like, Jamaica, man, Jamaica. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to try to make Jamaica be big. But you be looking crazy because you ain't there. You're not like Big Pharaoh. I'm in Chicago saying Chicago. You in Chicago saying Jamaica. See, you lose. See, you lose because you got the Hill Street Blues. You lose. You know what I'm saying? They kind of obsessed on the internet. They be incest outside. They don't be on none of that outside. I be outside. I don't see no black. I don't see no smoke outside. They be on some coward internet stuff. You don't see that outside. On my soul. I ain't seen no energy like I've been seeing on the internet. I've never seen that outside. When I go outside, Africans be quiet, Caribbeans, they all be real quiet. They be quiet. The only time they make some noise, they have a little Jamaican party or something. They be like, yeah, man, who wound up, you know. But then when they get back out in the real world, they be quiet. They don't be doing all that, no real life like that. But this what I this what I be trying to help them because I'm telling the black immigrants, y'all be creating xenophobia against y'all. If you look at this, I used to look at the xenophobia in Africa and I used to think, why they doing that? Now I see why. These black immigrants from Haiti and Africa, they are showing me why they be victims of xenophobia. Because they be trolling people in the people's land. They go to other people's land and troll them in their land. That's why they have so much bad things happen because they have no decency to just mind their business. They got such low self-esteem that everywhere they go, they intrude on the home people. They go to somebody else's home and they feel inferior and they start trying to push their foreign land in somebody else's territory. I see that now. That's why they got all them problems in the Caribbean, and that's why Africa got all them problems. Because those blacks in Africa and stuff, they're very rude and they don't have respect for other people's homes. They go to other people's homes, feel insecure, and make the people hate them and the people chase them out. They make people don't like them. They're not good guests. Black immigrants are horrible guests. Horrible. White immigrants are great guests. They don't come bother the other white people. They come get right in. You ain't gonna see no white immigrants beefing with no white Americans or none of that. They're gonna come right in, humble themselves right with the white Americans, and we in white America. And they keep going back to slavery. That's another thing. They keep going back to slavery in 20, damn 26. You know what I'm saying? That's playing out so bad. It's 2026. Don't nan nigga know nothing about slavery or been around slavery. Most of these people ain't been in when I was born. I looking at people talking about slavery. I was born in 1958. You don't even know nothing about 1960. You know, go all the way back to slavery. That's getting corny too. That's getting corny. Nobody know nothing about slavery that's alive today. You know what I'm saying? My mama was born in the 30s. It's just becoming a bunch of ridiculous internet ridiculousness is making it worse too. See, when nobody could really get all in your vibe, it was cool. But now internet people can intrude on your people can come on your social media uninvited, come on your YouTube uninvited. They can make themselves unwanted. Like what the Haitians and the Africans be doing. By the time the Africans And right now, the Haitians, but the Africans, by the time they get finished on this social media, they'll be deported every African back to their country. The Africans are making themselves, nobody wants them in no country because they do not know how to act. They do not know how to leave other people's country alone and mind their goddamn business wherever they from. They messed up. The Africans, they're horrible. They can't just come live nowhere and that's it. They got to try to bring their country into somebody else's country. And then got the nerve to try to brag about a country they left. Nobody want to be bothered with that. Everybody gonna say, well, if it's so great, go home. Go home. Remember I said it's 2026. Watch how many people gonna have to go back home. Black Americans didn't have a problem in China. Africans, nobody likes Africans because Africans don't know how to mind their business. Africans want to bring their country to your country. Very tribal, messed up minded people. They don't know how to leave their country in their country. They try to bring their country to your country. Nobody wants you bringing Kenya to Nigeria. You got to leave Kenya in Kenya. They're real messed up with that. At the rate Africans is going, they will be the most disliked people on the globe in another 5 or 6 years. Nobody will like Africans. Watch. See, they be lying on the soccer. When you see the soccer, and you see them white people being all racist to the Africans. See, it's two sides to that story. Them Africans be in them white people country being disrespectful, walking around like they in Africa. They don't tell that side. That's why they hate them. Because they'll come to Greece or they'll come somewhere and totally disrespect your country. Like they think they can bring their country to your country. They don't mix in well. It's so bad that the real intelligent Africans try to hide from the other Africans. The real intelligent Africans try to go undercover and be like Black Americans. That's what my African friends tell me. They don't go around no Africans because they too abrasive. And it don't work. They'll lose their jobs and everything. They say because they got American jobs. They in America. I got African friends married to like American women. And they wife not cool with all that extra African shit. She's not cool with that. The Jamaicans was notorious for it. They didn't rant about it, Jamaica. They come to LA. Yo, I'm on Jamaica. I'm on Jamaica. All the way in LA. By the time it got to the 90s, I was so gangster with the Jamaicans. It was crazy. Because I was like, bro, you in Chicago, though. I wasn't feeling that. I'm not feeling all that Jamaican shit in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Go to Jamaica, bro. This ain't Jamaica, boy. Ain't nothing here. This is not Jamaica. Like, calm that shit down. You're disrespectful. You coming somewhere because it's better, but then you talking down on the place you coming because it's better. How you going to go somewhere because it's a better life, but then talk against it and act like your country great, but you had to come there for a better life? The black ones the only one do it. The white ones don't do that. The Asian ones don't do that. The black ones the only one do it, and the Mexicans. The Mexicans constantly going somewhere trying to turn it into Mexico instead of staying their ass in Mexico. That's why they want to throw them out. Because how you want to come to California, because it's nice, and turn California into Mexico that you ran from? That don't make no sense. They're going to throw all them out too. They're going to come through California. They're going to sweep them Mexicans out of California. You watch what I'm doing. The immigrants are making, the Republicans are going to win the presidential election easy, because the Democrats is a bunch of tethers. They're not even black Americans. Roland Martin keeps talking about he just 1/3 Haitian, but you act like 2/3 Haitian. He don't act like no black American. He don't stand for no black American. He stands for like an immigrant. You can see it. He don't stand for black Americans. Not one bit. That's why he be so weak. That's why his conversation be so weak. Because he can't stand strong for black Americans. That's why he be Democrat. See, anybody could be a Democrat. The Mexicans, they used to have Texas and California. I understand that. But the problem is now California is trying to make money, and the Mexicans represent being broke. So it ain't going to work. Because the way the Mexicans is functioning in California ain't going to have no money. It ain't got to run back to Mexico anyway. Because they damn sure ain't going to let them come to Arizona with that. They try to think they can come over to Arizona. But they got a surprise for them if they think they're going to cross that border to Arizona. Them people ain't finna let you come over there and mess up their state like that with that third world mentality like that. Asians don't really socialize too much like that. The only time they socialize is the kids. So this college, adult Asians don't socialize. The Asian that you see on TikTok, 2 years from now, you ain't gonna see them on no TikTok. They just young. Because a lot of these people that you think is Asian, they white and Asian. They're not really Asian, they mixed. And so they look Asian, but they not. They Asian. They white Asians. They not really Asians. That's why they got a little bit of that white uh, vibe. They all represent broke. And so eventually the country gonna realize, we got to sweep out anybody that's gonna take the economy down. They got to go. If you're gonna take down the economy, if you're coming from a failing economy, and you come here and you begin to make this economy a failing economy, you gotta go. You gotta go. And a lot of these people, that's what they represent, a failing economy. That's what they represent. Everybody be homeless if you let too many of them come. They'll drive the housing market. They'll ruin everything. America was its greatest in the 60s and the 70s when people worked, made a good living, bought homes, bought cars, and just dealt with their family. It wasn't dealing with all this bozo stuff. Men was men. You didn't see no grown single men. This nigga 30 something ain't got no wife. People got married in their early 20s. You know what I'm saying? A lot of even black males, I can't really deal with them now because they like kids. You know, they like single weirdos. Like, how old is you? Where's your queen? Where's your wife? Like, you know, bro, you 35, you don't got no babies or nothing. You just walk around here shooting blanks. You're like, oh no, you know the economy. I'm like, oh, okay. Loser. Just say you's a broke, dusty nigga. Don't you gotta say all that economy. Just say, Elder, I'm dusty and broke. I don't know how to get no money. I respect that more. You know, just keep copying, you know, just say, I don't know how to get no money. I don't work hard. I don't work hard. Because a real man, he gonna work a job and a part-time job to get to where he gonna go. He not gonna just be sitting around philosophizing and fucking around. You gonna go get some bread. If you ain't going to get no bread, you ain't on nothing. And it's not about how much bread you get, it's the fact that you going and get some. I need to do a whole live on that. Because you don't have to be getting a lot of bread. You just got to be going and getting bread constantly to survive. And if you go get bread constantly to survive, you're going to pop off. You're going to hit the jackpot. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of bread eventually. But if you're not consistently getting that survival bread, how you going to get the next level bread? How you going to get to the fifth step when you can't get to the fourth step? So a lot of people don't know you got to grind to go get up. They don't think so. So when they work, they think they just gonna keep work. No, it don't go like that. When you work like that, doors open up. And you could work, and door open up and get a business and go up, and it could crash and fall down. You could go back down. You gotta do the same process. You gotta start over. Do. Just like YouTube. You get on YouTube, most of these brothers, they get on YouTube, they talk, they get 5 views, they get 14 views, they quit. Niggas like me, we just keep talking. 14 turn to 40, 40 turn to 60, 60 turn to 100, 100 turn to 200, and you just keep going. Next thing you know, they paying you. And now they running commercials. Now you NBC, ABC, CBS. And then you just keep going. And $1,000 a month turn to 1,200, 1,200 turn to 15, 15 turn to 2, 2 turn to 3, 3 turn to 4, 4 turn to 7, 7 turn to 10, 10,000 a month talking on YouTube. Why? Consistent. You kept working when it wasn't a lot of money. You cut back on your living expenses and you just grind out. And you build your brand. If you ain't on live, you a sucker. Free money, you just leaving it there. No matter what you doing, you trucking. Hey man, watch this. Watch this. Man, right now, the women is on, man, right now, the women is trucking, right? But the women is trucking and live streaming. They getting paid. They driving trucks, but they live streaming, right? They live streaming while they driving trucks. Look, and they getting paid. They making the trucking money and the live stream money. Because it's interesting. See baby girl driving the truck? Live streaming. Then they still be looking cute and sexy. They get more views for looking sexy too. You see her getting paid? She getting paid twice. Man, I be giving y'all gang. I be watching all them female truckers. Man, I said, man, go get it. Look, I ain't lying, am I? Look. Candy, I've been watching Candy. Candy been out there getting it. Look, 87,000 views in 1 year. If that's monetized, that's money, you know. Look, 1.7 million views. Look, I'm telling you, y'all better pay attention. Hold on. A lot of these is old. Let me see. Why is it? Hold on. We're going to do the past. We're going to do the past month. Look, look. 58K view, 83K view, 115K view. Dorothy got 150K view. It was 2 weeks ago. Monetized. Getting two bags. Victoria, I've been watching Victoria. She just really getting started. But she got 5K view, 3 weeks. That's good. If all she got to do is just keep working. So they're getting double money. On my soul. You start a business, right? Okay, so you got a business and you've made it having the first hat design. And I sold my first 2 hats. Now, what you do, loveliness, is you set your cameras up, get your cameras set up, and live stream while you working. So you working on hats, making money, and you live streaming, making money while you making money. Loveliness. And you start a whole channel for that. So you start a channel in the name of your hat business, right? Then you go live making the hats. You set up everything nice, just like TV, and there's lights, cameras, action. And you build up your views. So now you selling hats and you getting a YouTube check. The YouTube check money, buy more materials to make more hats. And it's advertisement. So it's more people going to buy your hats. Then you can make your commercials that you run on your YouTube channel. And you just run your commercial and get bread on your channel, on any of your channels, like this.
Have you ever considered becoming a vegan but didn't know what steps to take? Or started the transition but wasn't able to finish the process? Well, you're in luck because now you have the easiest way to become a vegan. A simple and clear guide to embracing a vegan lifestyle. For more information, please visit www.veganintel.com and get your guide today.
Just like that. Just like that, and get your bread. And just work. When everybody else want to play, What you getting into? No, I'm finna go home. I'm gonna work. I got stuff to do. Put the pedal to the metal and work. You look up 3, 4 years later, you got the big bag. Everything pop. AI is all right, but AI will mess you up too. Because, AI will work, but you got to be careful with AI. Because a lot of people, they don't trust AI. So if you use too much AI, it ain't personal. It don't got that personal feel. So the best way to use AI is make small parts of AI video and put those parts of AI video in the real video. So like you'll make a real video and when you put it together, you put an AI clip in there to make that look better, right? But come back to the real you. Because I can speak as a consumer, and when I get AI videos, I ain't buying shit from them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying nothing from no AI. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is, I'll use it, but make sure it's got that feel that is you. It's got to be you. If it's not you, 2 years ago you could have scored. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago they could have killed the game, couldn't they, bro? But now people is getting leery, like, you see some guy talking and it's an AI voice and they're like, you buy mine, take these, and it's like, it make it look like the product might be fake. I mean, the video is fake. So you want to be hands-on. So you use AI for certain parts, Like when you get to the part and you might say, oh, I got the nicest sweaters. Use AI as a way to show all the sweaters, but still make sure you put that back and talk over it yourself. You got to sell yourself. All right, loveliness? All right, yeah, we could do a consultation, but you definitely could do it. You just got to fit it in. You know, it's a good way for your advertisement. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, loveliness, nobody got to even know that's you on the advertising page. Yeah, that's why, AI has new rules. Well, eh, we'll talk about there's companies that will make commercials for you. Those are legal. It's not technically AI. You know what I'm saying? See, when you get a commercial put together, that's not technically AI. AI is when they use the talking and all that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You just want the graphics. Like, let me see which one I got it. Hold on.
Do you want
That intro, that you could use that. That's not AI. That's a commercial. Show you again. Then I made that part where it started the shirts. I made that, and I just used that pre-made part for the intro. See what I'm saying? That's not AI. AI, most stuff ain't called AI if you ain't got no talking. If you don't got no talking and you ain't got no people, that's where you get in trouble. When you use talking and people. But if you're just using graphics, you ain't gonna get in trouble for the graphic. You're gonna get in trouble for the fake voice and the fake person. So this the AI you don't want to use.
Do you want to show the world that you support reparations for Black Americans? Well, get your reparations gear at Pay Black Americans at www.payblackAmericans.com.
It's the AI you don't want to use. You know what I'm saying? The talking. But the graphics is what I'm talking about. You got it, lovely? The graphics, the graphic parts. Those are parts bring up your product advertisements. You call me though, I'll help you out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, you don't want to use that one. You don't want to use her. That's why I never show that one too much. Actually, I stole that. They sent it to me trying to con me to they tried to con me to buy some AI. And they sent it to me and said, you can experiment with it. And then I experimented with it, but I clipped it, sent it over to my own editing, and did what I wanted to do with it. But I would not use that for mainstream advertisement because it's gonna turn nobody gonna like it. But the other one, oh, they gonna like that one because it raises the look of your product. Just that's gonna increase your product. That what you know what I'm saying? Just that little, it ain't gotta be nothing but like 10 seconds. It's gonna increase your advertisement of your product. Then you take that clip and then you put it with the real clips. And so now the real clips look better because it's got that, you see that intro that came in? Then when the mine come in, it make mine look better. That's not going to be considered AI. That's considered commercial advertising. That's not considered AI. That's what I'm talking about using. Because they be confusing, lovely. They be confusing AI doing the commercial. There's a difference between AI doing the commercial and AI making the commercial. That was an AI made those graphics, but that was not AI selling. The one with the lady was AI selling. You don't want to have AI selling, but you can have AI make your commercial with your own stuff. Technically, that's just AI making it, but it's real stuff. It's not fake stuff. So you would take your real hat and run your real hats and products through AI. So it won't be no fake hat, just really pictures of your real hats. You just use them to display it professionally. But like I said, call me, I'll help you with I do that kind of stuff for free. I'll help you. No charge, you ain't gotta pay. Just hit me up. I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna show you how to get it. But congratulations. Yeah, I make all that stuff myself and chop that stuff together. But my point is they out here making money, y'all. They out here making money. The future is to have a job. A job is fine. But the future is how much of that job are you going to just blow, or how much is that job going to make money? The future is the money you make, a portion of that got to make money. That's how money in, money out, money in, money out. That's out of here, y'all. Young people, listen to me. So much of that money got to make you some money. Period. Period. And sacrifice fun for fun. I had somebody ask me, well, Pharaoh, how you sacrifice fun for fun? You got to live your life before you pass away. I said, nope. If you include health in there, that's why they say health is wealth. Because every day you live, you make money. So the longer you live, the more money you make. If you take real good health care of your health, you can make money. You can't make money if you don't take care of yourself. Real talk. And your workout is going to be short because you ain't going to be healthy. You can't work. You can't get it. My point is, people living their life and making money. People streaming their life and getting rich. Just streaming their life. They going on vacations and making a lot of money just streaming. They going on vacation. Becoming half a millionaires, quarter millionaires, just like that. Look how Adrian Bronner jumped back when he started streaming. If you got a business, some businesses you don't want to put on the internet, but most businesses you absolutely want to put on the internet. Because the business gonna make money and the videos about the business gonna make. That's two monies. If you think I'm lying, next time you go on the internet and you're on YouTube, just watch. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Dude, a lawyer, making money doing law, right? He on YouTube. Hey, I'm Johnny so-and-so law. Today I'm gonna talk about what's going on with the Little Dirk case. Am I lying? Now he's still getting his lawyer money and he's getting the YouTube money. Talking about law. I swear to God, everybody's on YouTube making double the money. Am I lying? Everybody making double the money. Dudes is doing carpentry and filming it. And they'll film, listen, man, dudes is setting up cameras and film the whole process building a garage. And then they'll speed it up and put it together and put it on YouTube. So they got paid for building the garage and they get 1 million views for the fast motion on when they built the garage. They get they getting 2 checks. And I'm telling you, man, Twitch and YouTube pay big. No, Kick, not Twitch, Kick, because I'm finna be on Kick. Kick and YouTube pay good. You just got to be consistent. And you got to be patient with yourself. TikTok is all right. TikTok funny acting. Though you'll put a lot of stuff in TikTok and they'll get you out of it. TikTok don't got that longevity. You want that longevity, you want YouTube. There's people making money on TikTok, but you can make that be and one, like and. But the main one, YouTube. YouTube is bigger than television. Instagram Instagram and TikTok got to be third and fourth. For example, when I finish this live on StreamYard, it's going to ask me if I want to clip it. I could push the button and it'll chop it up. I could take the best parts and put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok. But I don't like Instagram and TikTok because they just kick people off too quick. To me, you could work real hard and lose. I know so many people just lost their Instagram, just lost their TikTok, especially TikTok. People work, get 1 million people on TikTok, then it just be gone. I lost a couple of accounts on TikTok. That sometimes I don't even tell you why they took it down. But it's money over there. But the main money is going to be YouTube. I'm telling you. YouTube is the number one platform, period. Bigger than TV. YouTube is bigger than TV. I kid you not. Another thing about YouTube, you can have 2 or 3 channels. You can have 2 channels and just be getting all the money. And on both 2 different worlds you live in. And the great thing about it is you can get money just being yourself. There's housewives getting rich just showing you she got to cook every day anyway, right? She got to cook every day anyway. She filming it. She get home from work, turn her camera on, cook for the family, film it, edit it. She get her money from work, and she getting the big checks. Because sometimes people go crazy over your content. You can make a lot of money. Like I'm stubborn, so that's why I'm not really making a whole lot of money, because I just want to do what I'm doing, right? But I could have sold out and made some money. I know I make some money. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. I'm stubborn. Yeah, I'm stubborn. My daughter like, you too stubborn, Daddy. You could be making way more money. Like, if that's the case, I could have been making money my whole life if I just do anything. But if you into money and you trying to make money, go get your money. And you ain't got to wait to start. Just start and just grow. What they'll let them watch you grow. That's all. Take them on the ride. Ain't nobody gonna be watching anyway. So what difference do it make if you mess up? Dudes out here trucking, they not YouTube, and I'm saying, bro, you losing money. You don't gotta look into the camera. You just keep down the road and drive and talk. So yeah, I'm out there getting it. You don't have to look in the camera. Set that bad boy, get in the truck, and talk about everything you're going through. You get paid on like the 23rd of every month. Imagine you make your money in your truck and then you get $3,000 more just in the mail for talking while you was driving around in the truck. 5,000, 10,000, depending on what you hit. Sometimes you hit and you get thousands of views. Now you basically rich. If you keep doing it a few years, you're a millionaire. You know you'll become a millionaire on YouTube, right? If you don't be hard-headed like me and just do basic stuff. I ain't lying. The women, you know how they making money? They just dressing sexy. And what they do, the clip they take be their sexiest picture, like show their butt curve or whatever. And people just click, dudes just click on it. She making $100,000 because of that clip with them tight shorts on. Think I'm lying? Women is making thousands of dollars because they got the tight shorts on in the clip. Smart. Watch me find one. I swear to God. And when you go to video, she ain't even doing none of that. It's just a clip. I said, boy, she pimping. Watch. I bet you I found, see? Look, bikini body. Look, 46,000 views. Look, all she doing is exercise. Am I lying? Look at the picture she put in the clip to get you to hit on it. But when you go to it, she not going to be standing around like that at all. Look at all the women. Look how they taking their picture. They taking these real sexy pictures, but they not that sexy when you click on it. Watch. Summer outfits. Look, 51K views in a month. Fashion 50 and older. She getting paid. Just dressing up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people getting it. Look, all the ladies, all they got to do is look cute. Look, everything's going wrong. Look. This the trucker lady. She probably just started. She only got 39K. See? Look. They're all getting over there. Baby girl right here, Miss Candace, is over there. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure she be looking good and get over there and talk her talk and get her views. I'm showing y'all now. Everything you doing, film it. Look. She cooking. Mama cooking and getting paid. She got to cook anyway. She just put her the camera on. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame her. You got to cook any damn way. Why you ain't filming it? And dress up and cook and get paid. And still got to eat anyway. Brothers, whatever you doing. Look. 3 days ago, 459K views. Look. Oh, they showing people stealing this shit. They making money too. Hold on. I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. You go down, you see it. This is what I be doing at night. I be studying what people be doing. They getting bank. I got 2 channels. I'm gonna have 4 channels in a minute. The other one's gonna really blow up. That way I can still do what I'm doing over here, and I can have the other ones get the big bag. Now I don't gotta like sell out over here. Hold on. Everybody over there making money. See? The news people, Fox News, everybody on YouTube getting money. Everybody. Fox News, CBS, ABC on YouTube. What they tell you? What the hell they doing on YouTube? YouTube bigger than TV. Look, we sold 15 girl goats today. She's farming. Getting paid on YouTube. Am I lying? You see it. Tasha K making how much? Shutting the game down. Tyreek, he ugly with it. This one, 33K views a day ago. He ugly with it. I mean, he killing it. Man, he getting so much money on YouTube and on X. It don't make no sense. The Tyreek Radio. Like and subscribe. Hell no. Get the money, bro. Get the money. There go my man. Oh man, there go my man, Memphis Stan G, getting the money. Hey, people is getting the money over here. Okay? Free money in your everyday life. Right? Play video, your regular life. That's another thing. That's another thing. You could do your regular life. You can do your regular life. They love it. Now, people like YouTube, because TV, you got to wait. On YouTube, you can just click around and find what you want. You ain't got to wait for TV programming. But getting back to what we was talking about, I don't know why the Africans didn't take the Haitians in. You know, why they didn't take the Haitians in. Make it make no sense. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect Africans and I'm not trying to disrespect Haitians. But this is a serious question. Now, look at these countries. These are countries that Haitians could go to right now for a large-scale relocation of 350,000 Haitian African nations offering political stability, economic growth, and French language compatibility are ideal. The top 5 countries are Senegal, Rwanda, Ghana, Mauritius, and Morocco, providing the best infrastructure and transitional support for newcomers. So Senegal, stable West African democracy, shared French language heritage, historical ties to the global diaspora. Rwanda, exceptionally safe and clean environment, fast growing, tech forward economy. So they into the tech, they blowing up in the tech, efficient public administration system. Ghana, highly welcoming to the global diaspora. Strong democratic presence. Governance. It's real small. I can't barely see this stuff. Expanding economic opportunities and Acura. Mauritius, I guess this called. Highest quality of life in Africa. Bilingual French and English environment. Favorable residency and investment schemes. Morocco. Robust transport and rail infrastructure. Widespread French proficiency. I can't hardly see this so little. Close economic proximity to Europe, so it's close to Europe. It's make no sense that the Haitians don't be trying to go to those countries. Why Why Africa? Why didn't Africa reach out to them? Make it make some sense. Why Africa didn't reach out to the Haitians? Why the Haitians ain't trying to go to Africa? They black. Because Haiti not going to be fixed for years, okay? Haiti's not going to be a decent country for at least 10 or 15 years. If they started fixing Haiti right now, it would take 5 years to have it halfway decent. Let that sink in. Why didn't Africa take all the Haitians in? I think this is a fair conversation. that we could take up later. Let that sink in though. Don't make no sense for the Haitians to get deported from the United States. That don't make no sense when they can go to one of these countries. They can actually go help one of these countries. Help them not push xenophobia. But see, the Haitians got to go to Africa. They can't be like how they be. They can't go there with xenophobia. Africa already got a xenophobia problem. This is why in South America, in South Africa, this is why the South Africans say the only blacks they want there is the foundational black Americans. Because we foundational black Americans and we ain't come up in no tribe, we don't be pushing no type of xenophobia. We easy to work with. So they saying the foundational black Americans come to South Africa and build businesses with the South Africans. We don't come there and build businesses by ourselves and take South African money. I'll go over there, find a South African dude or female, and we'll start a company together. Not me go start a company there in their country and hire them. No. Come in and work together. The foundational black Americans are the only ones in South Africa doing that. Look it up. The South Africans, they say the black Americans could stay because they come and do business with us. You know why we do business with them? Because we don't come from a xenophobic countries like the rest of them. We the only blacks in the world that come up in a white country. Our whole beginning has been in a white country. And don't let people come and tell you from Africa and all that, because you can't go that far back. It's like make-believe. Your existence is going to be over the last 4 generations is your existence. 7, 8 generations back is irrelevant. If your mom and daddy was here, your grandmom and granddaddy, your great-grandmom and granddaddy, your great-great-grandmom and granddaddy, and your great-great-great-grandmom and granddaddy was here, this is what you are. You cannot be something way back here. You've been here too long. You've been here too long to be biologically or mentally African. You are not an African. You might have some African DNA, some, but you have all different type of DNA. If your people been in this country since the Revolutionary War, if your people been in this country since the Revolutionary War, you are not an African. Having some African DNA does not make you an African. Because a Chinese man can have a baby, a Chinese woman can have a baby by African or first round. That baby not no African. That baby is a new person. That baby ain't no African, no half Chinese, half African. That's ridiculous. Like Vince Mensa. Vic Mensa is not no African. He's a half-breed. African is an African. And you can't have a white mama be no African. He's just talking stupid. How you I've got a white mama, you an African? How you half a white person, half an African person, but you just the African side? Make it make some sense. Whatever your daddy is, that's what you is. Get the hell out of here. Right, whatever your daddy is, that's what you is. And your daddy's a man that sleep with white women. So he ain't no African, because Africans sleep with Africans. So your daddy ain't no African. Your daddy is an African that sleep with white women and get them pregnant. and have a son that's not an African. You are not Big Mensa is not a African. He's not the same as somebody that's Nigerian and been in Nigerian 3, 4, 5 generations. He the same. People just be talking stupid. If you get a real African, how he an African and the real African is an African? That's like me. I'm first generation Chicago. I can't ignore that my family was in Alabama and just be like Chicago. No, my mom and daddy from Alabama. It is what it is. So I just wanted to drop that on everybody. You know, they trying to put all this pressure on America. The Haitians talking about the white man, this thing, they criticize us, they don't criticize nobody else. But I'm saying to the Haitians, why y'all don't go to Africa? Because Haiti ain't gonna never get fixed. And the fact of the matter, some Haitians could stay here, but America don't got enough room. America don't got enough room. A lot of immigrants don't want to face the fact that America been taking in immigrants ever since civil rights. You can only take in so many immigrants, and then the country's full. And the worst thing America could do is let people from another country dictate what this country can do. Haitians could not dictate how many immigrants America could take in. And when you're dealing with immigrants, you have to take in people that's not going to change your country. That's why they prefer to bring in white South Africans and whites from the Ukraine, because they won't change the country. Haitians and Africans will change the country. Mexicans will change the country. If you let too many Mexicans in here, too many Africans or Haitians, America will not be America no more, because they have a tendency to not want to get in where they fit in. They want to change everything to where they came from. That's why nobody wants Africans to move where they at, because Africans want to change your place into Africa. But don't nobody want you to change their place into something you just ran from. You cannot run from Africa and come to Chicago and want to turn Chicago into Africa. You cannot run from Mexico and come and turn California into Mexico. That don't even make no sense. That doesn't make no sense. So this is why they got to deport a lot of people, because they'll ruin the fabric of the country. Not on no racism or nothing, just on habits and habitat and way you function. If you change too much of the way a country functions, the country could collapse, because the country was built functioning a certain type of way. I'm not disrespecting Africans and I'm not disrespecting Haitians. I'm just saying y'all should consider going to Africa. Before I let them deport me back to Haiti, I would go to Africa. I would go to one of these countries on my soul, Haitians. Before you let them deport you back to Haiti, go to Senegal, Rwanda, Ghana, Morocco, and whatever the name of this other country is, Mauritius. I don't know how to pronounce that. Go to one of them. I would go there before I would let them deport me back to Haiti. Haiti's not going to be fixed for a long time. If America not accepting you, go back to the black people. Go back to the black people in Africa. That's what I would do. You would do better in Africa than you would do in Brazil. At least in Africa, you can eventually find a little spot if y'all behave yourself. But y'all got to blend in. Y'all can't go there pushing Haiti on the Africans. They ain't going to like that in Africa. Africa, you got to fit in. But that's what I would advise the brothers and sisters to do. I looked it up. These countries got room for y'all. And, Haitians, y'all can help develop Africa and really make some history. Because at least in Africa, if they have a natural disaster, the continent is big enough to take the lick and come back. If y'all have the wrong natural disaster down the Caribbean, it's going to be bad anyway. The way the environment is going right now, you might not even want to go down there in the middle of all that water the way they haven't been taking care of the planet. Not that this is any better, because we might got the fleet because America's on fire everywhere. The West Coast, the Northwest is on fire. France was on fire. I don't know if they put that out yet. Spain, Greece, the planet's tripping anyway. But that would be my advice to the Haitian brothers and sisters before you get deported back. Haiti not ready. The other places are too small for y'all. You'll be in the way. They'll get the beefing. One of these countries might fit you perfect, and they might want to help. Senegal, Rwanda, Ghana, one of them, Morocco, they might want to help. Ghana could definitely use the help. Where Ghana's is right now, Ghana's on the breaking point where they're going to have to change the way they've been functioning with immigrants, and they're going to have to treat immigrants better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, positive energy all the time. Support the channel.